I want to bring the groove. That's what I want to bring.
Yeah.
I want people, when they hear us, to want to dance, to want to move. That's what I'm there to do, period.
Nice. I'm supremely excited to get back on stage. I love being on stage.
Well, let's start at the Delta Center then.
Well, yeah, no, I mean, within reason. How about you, John? Taking on a new axe, not your usual sword.
Well, I mean, I played bass in a Tool tribute band 20 years ago. So
Okay.
it's not totally new, but it's definitely
Different. It's different.
It's been a while.
Yeah. You know what? You're really good though, man. I mean,
Well, thank you.
yeah. What are you looking forward to the most?
I would definitely say
of
playing
it.
live. I want people to hear what we've been working on and what we're doing, because I think that's going to fuel everything else we do too. It's going to make us more excited to record and more excited to do things. Really be a great motivator. And our goal for next year, we need to pack the house at least once for Mr.
We will.
Mike Lomax over there.
Yep. Mike Lomax.
Because
We were at a rehearsal and then he mentioned that I have never played for a packed house. I'm like, what? No.
yeah,
So we're gonna change that.
yes.
So everybody listening,
We need one packed house.
at least the first night. It'll be packed the first night. Second
Right.
night,
Well,
I
let's
don't
start at the Delta Center then.
know. Well, yeah, no. I mean, within reason. The secret to packing in a house is always book a show that's under your range of usual guests. So the smaller the venue, the more packed it's gonna feel.
I mean, my living room's not too big, so we could pack that one.
Yeah, probably
Right.
could.
There you go. See? House
That's a
party.
pack.
Mission accomplished.
Anything else you want to add, John, before I interrupt you a third time?
No, I mean, I am excited about doing more recording too. I was really happy with how this song that's going to come out in a month turned out. It was a new kind of bass style for me. So, because, playing Tool versus playing this band and playing my own original stuff on bass too, totally different from what we're doing in this band. And so it's a new
Right.
fun adventure. And
Vibe.
so, like Mike said, coming up with new parts that you maybe didn't know you had inside of you is pretty exciting.
So no, that's cool. So you're expanding your learning and it's not just you showing up to do practice or whatever. So
Yeah.
how about you, Matt?
I think obviously I echo everything, Mike, Greg, and John have said. I'm supremely excited to get back on stage. I love being on stage. I love, that adrenaline rush. And I love, more specifically, I love connecting with a live crowd. I love, when that energy locks in and the crowd is feeding it back to you and it's cyclical and you just feed off of each other. But I think though, I think in kind of in all aspects of it, I'm excited to see the evolution of Z Frequency because, we not just playing live, but really dialing in our live show, because I think that with our penchant for using tech and things like that, I don't think that it's going to be too long before we've got all of the live music production dialed in with our monitor systems, how we plug into the house system, how it all works. I don't think that it would be too far of a stretch of the imagination to think that we will start adding visual effects, visual things. Somebody will decide, what, we should have a fog machine, we should have a laser machine, and then we'll have pyrotechnics,
Costumes.
and absolutely, and big old platform shoes. No, but just
I'm a
I
John
think
on
that
that
just-
one.
So that's
right.
the problem.
But at some point, I want to take the stage in platform shoes that have live fish in the soles.
There you
go. But
I'm on board with that.
no, but I think really kind of dialing in our live presence and making sure that it matches the energy of projects that we've been involved with heretofore. But I'm also very, very excited to see the evolution of where this band goes from a songwriting standpoint, because up until now, Z Frequency has been songs that Zach had pretty much, written, composed, at least the bones of it, send out to different musicians to add their flavor, put it all together. Now that we have a defined group of musicians, I'm really excited to see how we grow together in collectively shaping these songs as a group, and what is in the stuff that comes next, and to see just as an entire package, from the live shows to the new studio stuff, how Z Frequency evolves, because we are very much in the infant stages of figuring out who we are as a band. And I think that we have so many years of experience and such diverse backgrounds of experience when it comes to all of it, that bringing it all together and seeing where it goes from here is absolutely, kind of thrilling and exciting for me.
All right.
Zach, what about you?
I want everyone to have fun, I think writing, the writing style of it really doesn't change too much. I mean, I think, like you said, it's probably going to sound a lot like what the next song's coming out is going to be like, other than, because that's the whole band. Like the 7 members that are involved in Find My Flame are the 7 members that are going to be playing live. So that dynamic, other than like John, in the future might actually add some guitar too. I left that window open for him because I know that he is an excellent guitarist, along with Greg, and
the fact that every time I record a song, I add like 7 tracks of guitar. It'd be nice to have another
that's
one.
normal though. That is very normal. I'm just excited to see where it all takes off. I think I'm excited to put another real push for it. The biggest thing that I love about this band is how everyone communicates with each other. That seemed to be a hard thing with the last band I was in. And the other thing is we're all trying to support each other, including the band. John shares something of the frequency. I see Mike Lomax share something of the frequency, and that's to me, that's a minimum. It's for people that are like gatekeeping that information from, it's like, it's your band, dude. Are you not proud of it? It's like, hey, I don't want anybody to know I'm dating the girl next door, so I'll be there all the time. I'm just not going to tell anybody about it, So I like that about the band. Everyone tries to be supportive. And I'm excited to nerd out a little bit on the marketing side of it. I want to see the numbers we saw just a few minutes ago with the Wrapped. I want to see double or triple those numbers a year from now. I just want to grow. And I think live gigs is really where it's at. That's really where we're going to start growing. And I just try to take it, more seriously. And I think we have, we started rehearsing and every week now, not everyone can make that one. That's more of a jam one. But it really shows our improvement, and it tells me that we're all enjoying it. If once every other week isn't enough, and we're like, oh, we need to do this more, and we want to do this more, that tells me everyone's having fun, and that's really the bottom line. And yeah, as long as I have fun.
And at some point, I'm just gonna drag my daughter up there with me, put her in the other room with the iPad, and say, I'm gonna play music. But that's the tricky thing, is that I'm about an hour away, and I've got a 6th grader that I've got to get to bed by 9. So
yeah, I don't need any excuse from anybody. I totally
it's not
get
an
it.
excuse. It's me lamenting the fact that, man, I want to be at rehearsal too. But that's the thing about that's the give and take of being in a band when you're all in. Well, with the exception of our trombone player, who's the young kid on the block. We're all in our 50s, where we all have things going. We all have some combination of career or family or outside responsibilities, life and ibuprofen and blood pressure medication.
But I can tell you this though, Matt, is that since we've included the Wednesdays, basically the Wednesday jam sessions, I can already tell the level up that we're creating because of that. It stays fresh in our head. It's not like taking, one step forward and 2 steps back every other time, because especially if we have to cancel a practice. And like Matt said, we all have lives and we all have things that we can't even make. We're not always going to make that Saturday scheduled practice. It's just not going to happen. And that's why we opted for the optional, Wednesday, but it kind of turned into like do it again, so it's
I think though too, like you were talking about the technology side of things. Now that we are playing along with, we have the ability to play along with a backing track. It
Correct.
makes it a lot easier to conduct a productive rehearsal if somebody's missing.
Except for
Because,
Mike.
well,
It just
except for-
sucks
it's-
without. I mean,
Kind of
it
hard
just
without the
sucks.
drummer.
We've done it. We have.
But you
done
can
it.
do it. You can't. But you can do it, and you can be reasonably productive. Whereas compare it to not having any kind of a backing track, and the drummer can't make it to rehearsal. You might as well not do it. It's
And that does. There's something to be said for that. And there's times where, where we bring a track in, leave a track out, or because someone can't make it. That doesn't kill the momentum. And that is one thing I love about the idea of backing tracks and the tempo. The click track really helps us stay cohesive. It's the same tempo as the song that would be on Spotify. So when they hear it live, they're going to hear it at the same tempo and not, through a drummer that's just 5 energy drinks, and not that he does that, but that our old drummer used to do that. Like it would get faster and faster as the night went on. And I'm like, you're just trying to rush through it, bro. What's going on? Anyway, what's the one thing you personally want to bring to Z Frequency's future? A skill, a sound, performance idea, or something you've been wanting to try? So, Mike, we'll go ahead and start with you. Did you understand that question?
Yeah, what do I want to bring?
Yeah, what you gonna bring to the table, bro?
I would like to be a good enough drummer that we don't have to use backing tracks anymore. No
There you
click
go.
tracks. No,
I'm for that. I love the idea, like, just to interject for a second. When we use backing tracks, sometimes like we have to stop or whatever, and there's times where or I haven't even, the song just starts going, I haven't had a chance to push, because right now I'm doing the controls on the backing track. We're trying to shift that over to Mike, but
That's my other goal. Learn how to use that.
yeah, he purposely, my battery's dead, or my
I forgot the
he
iPad.
purposely keeps forgetting to bring it, but
All true.
right. Anyway, we've actually gone through songs without the click track, and to me that tells me we're good. You know what I mean? Like if we can perform it without a click track, without any aid, and not that I'm considering it an aid. It is an aid when somebody's not there to do rehearsals, but on a live setting, it just proves to me that, hey, we're good. We're good enough. We know what we're doing, and we don't need the training wheels, so to speak. So yeah.
Well, and they're not necessarily training wheels all the time. It provides consistency.
Sure. And there's
that-
some tracks that don't really like pads, or sound effects and stuff that we don't have,
Sure.
but those, they don't have to be live though. Like the none
Right.
of that.
Oh, it's nice that we can kind of go either way for sure.
Right. Yeah.
For sure.
Cool. Good. How about you, Greg? What you gonna bring?
What I like to bring. I think my strong point has always been taking someone's idea and then kind of making it my own.
Absolutely.
The initial conception of things, that's where I struggle, and I'd like to develop that more. So yeah, this idea of writing new songs and coming up with new parts instead of just taking some ideas and tweaking it a little bit and making it fit my style or our style or whatever. So I'm looking forward to developing that part of it, getting some more
Okay.
original ideas and getting them into songs.
Now that I know that, I might throw something like that without that concept. I mean, you might have just a bass line, or
Yeah.
something.
It
Cool.
might crash and burn. It might be good. Who knows?
It probably will crash and burn, but you'll probably get some good ones too. That's just it. It's a numbers game. So
Mhm.
how about you, John? You're like, I am what I
Have
am.
you ever had the
I'm everything you
chocolate
need.
covered cinnamon bears that they sell at Costco?
Yes.
That's what
Yes,
I'd like to
this is so
bring
good.
every
There you-
practice.
I would love for you to bring them, although they are
I'll
straight
pass, man. The year was 1996. There was a young lady who I wanted to try to keep up with drinking Goldschlager, and it did not go well. And ever since that day, that fake cinnamon taste just
But it's
Yeah.
cinnamon bears
I'll bring Junior Bints.
with chocolate
I'm
on
all
them.
for it, John.
that I can
Yeah,
do.
I am all for it, John. And yes, although they are they are evil. They will
They are very
like
they are
crack.
spawned directly from a demon's nest.
That's right. That's right.
From Satan's anus.
No, I
From Satan's ain't.
want to, with Mike's help, I want to bring the groove. That's what I want to bring.
Yeah. Now,
I want
now
people-
we're talking.
When they hear us, to want to dance, to want to move. That's what I'm there to do. Period.
Nice. I would love to have one of the songs that we do just have it's like optional slip in jam. You know what I mean? Like it could be in the middle of a song, and for whatever reason we want to drag it out. We're feeling the love, or it's one of those poppin' nights, because nothing says awesome better than when you can react with the crowd. Let's say we have one of the best nights, you know, and the crowd is just super engaged. That's one of those. That's when you want to put that in there, and you just jam. I go like, and it just kind of a spontaneous jamming session. Not that, I mean, there's like it's some of it's structured, but then a lot of it's free, open interpretation. Whether we're singing, whether we're just going back and around doing, you know, different solos, if you will. That used to be free jazz, yeah, and talking, like as a front man, being able to talk to the crowd and engage with them. It really like locks in that moment. We used to do it pretty well when we were all like it's like you're in the zone, you're in the pocket. And our old band would do it on occasion, and those were some of the most memorable nights, you know, from the band and fans. You know, it's when you're like, oh man, you know, like such a cool night, you know.
So what AI platform do we need to use to just say in the middle of the backtrack, we're jamming, and it just, you know, writes around us?
I don't know. I'll look into it.
We gotta get that one.
AI is definitely part of that tech word in our sphere of things as tools, aids. Yeah,
need
aids.
a trigger pad the mic can hit. It's the jam session. The AI just takes over and follows us.
Either that, or it's a trigger pad, and Mike hits that trigger pad, and we hear the sound come. I can't do that, Dave. And then the backing everything shuts off, and we are just and then he hits it again, and then everything kicks back.
It kicks back.
It's funny you say AI, because in that moment, that is not like there's no click track. That is like straight band, you know, stuff, and that's what I would like to see.
Feeding off each other and going with the groove.
That's feeding off not only each other, but you're feeding off the room. You're feeding off the energy from the crowd.
But see,
I would love to see one of those happen.
That's when you bring the 1986 Casio keyboard, put it on the Roomba setting, and let it start that groove, and we just jam along with it.
I triple dog dare you not to move your booty when you hear that.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody grooves.
So,
yeah.
Awesome.
We could sample that and just get Mike a trigger pad
section.
Wow.
It would be a music video only.
We need a bigger mixer.
You know, that's asking
maybe
a lot.
Maybe if we
tour
Japan, we can do that.
Okay. I'm gonna hold you to that, because I've always thought, man, a 5-piece horn section. You've got a trumpet, a trombone, and alto, tenor, and bari sax.
Three different types of saxes.
All
a tuba.
Three, the three main.
Why stop there? Let's
alto,
get the
tenor,
tuba
bari,
guy there.
Trombone, and trumpet.
And French horn.
Screw the French horn, man.
Tuba? What about the tuba?
Tuba, I could go for a tuba. 6-piece.
I like tuba would be awesome.
Right.
But that makes it a 6-piece, because I'm not having
that just
no
makes
trombone.
it an orchestra is what it does.
Yeah,
so.
well, it would be like, Z Frequency featuring
Orchestra.
Lucky Chops.
Right. No, that's awesome. Okay. That's your dream.
And the shoes with the fish in them.
And the shoes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You got to have the
isn't that from
shoes with the fish
the movie
in them.
I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker?
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm glad you picked up on that.
Yeah. That's great. I'm seeing it happening in my head right now.
I was going to say we could kind of tie it up and just ask everybody to real quick, if there's one system or habit or a mindset that helps you that's helped you stay consistent and creative this year, or just in general, what is it, and how can kind of new artists apply it in their lives?
Want to tackle that one, Mike?
Band.
There you go, man.
Band.
I'm proud of band being the number one word being used. I actually am. But I love it wasn't just band. It was like band. Like 50 different episodes,
What they didn't tell you is that number 2 was hookers and number 3 was blow. So
yeah, exactly.
Band was number 1.
Yeah. That's so funny.
No, I think one of the things that's helped me keep going with music is that I've just been lucky to have a lot of other musicians kind of feed stuff to me.
Amen.
So it's like, I guess it would be like networking, right?
Yeah.
Knowing a lot of people and being lucky enough to have them give me stuff to do, to work on. So,
Well, and you're phenomenal. There's a reason why people call you up, man.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah, you've always been in my book since the day I met you, and I'm sure you've grown quite a bit. But even then, it was like blew my socks off. Like,
I've seen high school
wow,
performances
what a
that was
great
not
drummer.
pretty.
Yeah, and well, I mean, into your own. But at the time, I'm like, man, like I had a drum machine. I can't even remember the drum machine I had. It was a pretty cool one, but
Yamaha RX.
Yeah, it was what. Yeah,
I think that's
like
what
that,
it was.
Yeah. And so, and it worked, but it wasn't live, And then so the just having you as a friend over the years and being a part of the music journey for me I'm just blessed to have you around, dude. And I hope to have many more years of that. So
Oh, thanks. Yeah, just lucky having people around. That's amazing.
there you go. How about you, Greg?
I mean, that's probably a little hard question for me.
You don't have to answer it.
No, I'll talk about it a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, with my job, I do video production. I obviously have to do music with it, and getting creative of how I've got to tell a story and getting the music to create the emotion that I want. It's sometimes taxing, very taxing. So I come
Sure.
home and my outlet is plug in my guitar and just tinker.
So it's your
Just
therapy.
play a groove, play a song. I mean, I very rarely do I actually play a song start to finish anymore. It's just finding grooves, finding jams, finding licks, finding whatever, finding new sounds with my guitar. That's been my outlet, but I haven't been able to really apply it until starting this up with you. So that's been a lot of fun.
And I might want to, maybe we can you and I brainstorm some, and I know John does a lot of video stuff too. So maybe the three of us get together and come up with some sort of music video for one of those releases coming up or something.
Yeah, we can do that.
I would like that. I mean, I do a lot of the editing here on the podcast, but I use Riverside. I have Final Cut. I'm just not proficient in it yet. I haven't really dived deep on that side of it yet, but that's on my list. How about you, John?
Can you repeat the question for me?
Yeah. What's the question again, Matt? What is
your favorite cinnamon bear?
right? Chocolate.
It's from the Sweets
Hey,
Corporation.
just kind of what's a habit or a mindset that helps you stay consistent and creative?
So I think this one might only work for introverts like myself, maybe not for extroverts, but what I like to do nowadays is I go to a restaurant by myself and I just relax. This has got to be like a sit down restaurant. I guess you could go to like a coffee shop, and I just sit there and brainstorm and write down all my ideas, and it just kind of all starts flooding out. Because I find
That's interesting.
yeah,
That's interesting because you as an introvert, you go to a public place
yes,
to be
because
even
it's
more isolated.
To be alone.
yeah,
That's crazy. Okay.
but not many people go to restaurants by themselves. That's kind of
No.
the trick. I mean, I think that's why you probably
I'd save
see a
money
lot
if I
of-
did, but
Yeah, I mean, I think that's why you see a lot of people go to coffee shops and sit and write their screenplays or things like that. It's just kind of it's like you're kind of being held accountable maybe a little bit because you're out in public. But
yeah,
one thing
it's cool.
one thing that can be really interesting too is you can hear other people's conversations and it might spark something in you, especially if you write things like lyrics at all. Just hear them talk about weird topics and sometimes that might spark something in your brain. Or even, if you're doing videos like I do, sometimes I hear people say something and I'm like, oh, that reminds me of how people always say how much they hate auto-tune. So I'm going to make a little video about that,
Yeah, that's great, and that's how you do it in the YouTube game for sure.
Yeah.
No,
So
cool.
it's a little unconventional for sure, but I think
I dig
to
it.
really be creative, you need to be unconventional. So
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's tough because I get exhausted being in public. Period. Like any trip to Walmart, any driving, in the car on a freeway.
well, that's different because you can't really relax though.
True, but I think even on vacation, you know, like we're just like I find having to interact with people in a public spaces to be draining for me anyway.
Yeah.
And then like certain things will drain me, like the just getting back from a rehearsal, like our usual rehearsals or whatever. I come home, I'm exhausted. I have to take a nap because I'm just like mentally I'm drained, you know. But on the flip side of that, I'll be perfectly asleep and then 3 a.m. pops up. I wake up and next thing I know, my brain's just flying off with some idea. And next thing I know, I'm waking myself up because I can't shut it down. And so I'm kind of all over the map with that. But I think the camaraderie and the fact that the entire band, with the exception of Tristan being the new guy, you are all friends of mine that I've known for most of my life, and just having that as a band, just it feels so good. So I'm excited to just jam with y'all, and every chance we get to on a Saturday, I love seeing your faces. I love putting stuff together. I love working things out, and to the point where I think when we do play live, I really do, and it'll be soon, guys. Those of you watching, it will happen soon. It will be good. It'll be good. It'll be fun. Yeah. Well, it'll be worth it. We'll put it that way.
I think we'll really, you know, be able to develop a seriously good chemistry together on stage. And
we take it seriously, I think, too, you know.
Right.
It's not
And I think that we're all experienced and seasoned and professional enough that we'll be able to create that chemistry just because of, you know, from the rehearsals and everything, and transfer that onto the stage. But I think that as we get more live shows under our belts, that chemistry is just going to increase and grow and become something, you know, something really cool.
Alrighty.
On that topic, I think that, you know, I tend to kind of be over the top and say the funny, inappropriate things. You know, this year, one thing that I have, you know, with my search for employment and life and everything, I've had some really pretty serious struggles with mental health this year.
Sure.
And there have been times that I've been through some pretty dark times for myself this year. Times where I didn't even have the motivation to pull out the trumpet and even play it. And I would think about it, and I couldn't even bring myself to open the case. But I have found that the times where I have forced myself to crack that case open, get it out, and even just play for a few minutes, that anybody out there that is struggling to find that groove, that is struggling to find that light, don't forget what brings you joy. And don't forget how you can find that joy, even if it's just for a couple of seconds, you know, and you know, don't be afraid to reach out to the people that care about you, because they're ultimately going to help pull you through it. And there have been, you know, times where just out of the blue, you know, Zach, you've picked up the phone and just, hey man, I haven't heard from you in a while. And even though it didn't really sound like it had changed my mood, it kind of pulled me toward the light a little, just enough to keep me rolling, man. And Good. So just don't forget what brings you joy. Don't be afraid to chase it and force yourself to do the things that bring you that joy, because you will find that it helps. Even if it's just helping you to get from one day to the next, then that's the, you know, one foot in front of the other.
Amen.
And now back to me being inappropriate and slapstick and unserious.
Well said.
I guess my 2 cents on kind of the whole thing is kind of goes back to having fun, you know, like in 100 years from now, will any of this matter? Any our existence, really, even for that matter. So my point is live in the now. You know, if you're having fun, live now, you know, and time is not promised to you. Your card could get pulled at any time. So it's like, that's just the way life is. So enjoy the moment, you know, and every time that I spend Saturday afternoon with you guys, I don't regret it at all. So thank you. Love you guys.
Right on.
Yeah. So. Very good.
All right. Well, here's to 2025. Goodbye. Yo, see ya. And on to 2026. Let's bring it in.
And remember, you can find Z Frequency on all of the streaming platforms: Spotify, YouTube Music, Apple Music, Google Play, anywhere you stream music, you can find us. Look for us on Bandcamp. Bandcamp is a jam. Bandcamp's a great spot. SoundCloud is fantastic. find us anywhere. And
Actually,
if you can't
we have a
find us,
website with all of that stuff all bundled up together in one little happy package.
that website is www.zfrequency.com.
One more time, Matt.
www.zfrequency.com.
How do you spell frequency?
On the World Wide Web.
Look at it. Google it. Nobody Googles anything anymore.
http://
HTTPS.
https
We want to make sure it's secure.
//
Yeah, exactly.
www.netzero./
All right. And Find My Flame.
January 16th, ready to reggae out.
It's a reggae rock jam about this. It's like a story about falling in love with a stranger, and you, in the heat of the night, you forgot to get her name. You have no idea who she is. You're spending the rest of your life wondering about it.
Y también vamos a tener una versión en español para
There you
los
go.
que lo escuchan.
And speaking of whatever he just said, I'll have to use the translator to figure that out.
It was bad
But-
Spanish.
Oh, okay. For those of you that sign up to or do the pre-save or sign up to our mailing list, and you can do that at the website Matt mentioned earlier, we have a special treat for those guys that sign up for our mailing list, and you're going to want to check it out. So that will come after the
Porque
release.
es una versión de la canción en español.
There
Pero
you go, man.
no más la mitad en español. Los que no entienden el español entenderán la mitad de la canción.
There you go.
See.
Permanecer sentados, por favor.
All right. All right. Let's wrap it up, guys. Okay. Love you all.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Go
All right.
Utes.
Peace. Well, that wraps up our New Year's Eve special. Huge thanks to Z Frequency for joining us and sharing their journey.
And if you missed our last episode with Dave Hunsaker and the Apophis album release, go check it out. Also, hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next in the new year.
Happy New Year, everyone, and we'll see you in 2026. Peace.
Catch you on the flip side.